What up, though, Pride Nation? Welcome to Luke G's Field Review. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Today is that big day. Today is the day that we go live. Oh man, I'm so excited. I'm so excited, people. Oh, I'm just so excited. Oh my god. Let me just start off by saying I hope this channel can really do some things to give the Detroit Lions a fair medium, between the fans and what our local media gives them. I'm beyond excited right now. Like I said, Luke G's Field Review is taking live phone calls. Okay. Um, so I'm beyond excited. Okay. Let me just start off by giving a few shout outs. Shout outs to TA, Noble Sports Entertainment, and the man who got me on YouTube, Derek P. Fields. So today it's going to be an open topic. You talk about whatever y'all want. Okay. Call in, holler at your boy. Let's really get into this thing, people. All right. I want to be able to participate. So the first topic I want to do is talk about the press conference from today's combine from our general manager. God, what is his name? I drew a blank. Bob Quinn. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. What up, though, John? What up, though, Beast Mode? What up, though, George? What up, though? What up, though? So we got Marcus in there. We got Eric in here. We got Sweet in 88. If you're trying to call in, let me go ahead and put that number out there, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like somebody already got their first phone call. But if you're trying to call in, that phone number is 248 294 0610. I'm going to say that again. That's 248 294 0610. Oh, I'm so excited, man. I'm ready for this. So, one of the things I want to start off with is I see Lions fan 75 said he warming up to Hockenson at 8. Okay. The one thing I want to start off with is exactly just that. TJ Hockenson. So here we go. We got our first caller on the phone. What up, though? Who this?
What up, though? It's your boy, man. What's going on with you?
We got our man Derek P. Fields on the phone with us, ladies and gentlemen. We got our man on the phone.
What's going on, man? This is awesome, bro.
All right, man. I appreciate it, man. Hey, I'm only on YouTube because of you, man. You the one who's like, you need your own channel.
Yeah. You know what? It seemed like it was so long ago, man, when I said that, but I knew from the start, man, with the comment and how analytical you were and how deep you were going, that we had to get you going, man. So I'm glad that we was able to do that, man. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for Luke G's Field Review. And, man, I can't wait to follow your footsteps, bro.
All right, man. Listen. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is supposed to be a joint show. I just kind of got to the punch a little bit sooner, but my man Derek P. Fields about to have that sweet phone call system set up soon too as well. And then we'll be taking all type of calls, especially when we do the round table. So stay tuned for that. But let's talk football, Derek. Let's talk football, man. Did you catch the Lions press conference with Bob Quinn today?
Man, you know what? I would love to say that I did, but I was out here on that hustle, man, and I don't have access to my phone. I kind of came home and crashed. So I'm actually it's sad, but the first time I'm hearing about it is from your mouth, man. So I don't know what is going on. I'm gonna have to check that out. But you can fill me in, drop a little tidbit. So give me a little teaser there before I check it out. What was going on?
Basically, what he said is he does not believe in this concept of you can't draft a player here or you can't draft a player there. he said it's about getting the pick right, and I happen to agree with that. He talked about if the best pick available and the right pick is a tight end, they'll select the tight end, and if the best pick available happens to be a what's the word I want to use? A quarterback, he would take the quarterback. Now, there's only one quarterback I think he'll be looking at, and I think that is Haskins. But I don't see Haskins getting past Jacksonville, the Giants. That's just too many teams. But that's generally what he was talking about, the draft process.
Okay. Well, you know what, man? I think that Bob Quinn, what is he, going on his fourth year with us, right?
Yeah.
It'll be the start of his fourth season, right?
Yeah.
I saw something today. I think it was from you, man. When you and I talked earlier, you told me that they would be opposed to some form of. They wouldn't be opposed to what did it say? Drafting a tight end or something, something like that.
Right.
Remember you sent me that? Okay. So right now, I just think that Bob Quinn he's in like Ninja Rambo mode, man. He's in smoke screen. Drop anything. We wouldn't be opposed to this. We wouldn't be opposed to that. Because almost everything you ask him is, I forgot the phrase that he likes to use, but you probably know what it is. You sent it to me today. I forgot. But I think that predominantly he's throwing up smoke screens, man. I think that he's going to take the best player that he feels fits the Lions and what him and Matt Patricia are trying to do. So I know what you think and who you want them to kind of go with, but I really don't know, man. I think he's doing a good job of throwing up the smoke screen, man. So, but I'm going to go check that out. But I just wanted, I'm going to get off, man. I'm going to let the other people open it up. I dialed the number first. As he was giving it out, I dialed it. So I got it first. But I'm going to open it up, Luke. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate what you're trying to do for Detroit sports, and I look forward to when we can all get on, man. But I'm going to open the line up for everybody else, and I will catch the stream, man. So I'm going to be out.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling in, man. We got that live show tomorrow, too, so we can do this again, too, man.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's right. Let me know what time you want to get in and get it started, man.
Absolutely.
All right, man.
I appreciate it.
Stay up, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was my first call of the day, Derek P. Fields. Y'all definitely go check out his channel, as well as go check out the channel of TA Noble Sports. All right, the line should be open, man. Them phone calls is coming in so fast, my lines got filled up. So the line should be open, ladies and gentlemen. So again, that number is 248-294-0610. So the thing that I love about the press conference, as it pertains to what Bob Quinn said, is it's about getting the pick right. And I noticed that George Morgan says he can see Case Keenum going to New York. Now, okay, so we got a call coming in. Okay, 570. All right, let's see who this is. All right, we got 570. What's up? You on Lou G's Field Review? Who is this?
What's up? It's John.
John, what up, though, man?
What up?
John, I know you got to be excited to be able to have a medium to talk your Detroit Lions sports.
Oh, yeah.
All right, what you got for the show today, man?
I wanted to know how you felt about what Bob Quinn said about Teez Tabor, because I know a lot of people in the fan base are kind of getting impatient with Teez Tabor and his development.
You know, when he brought up Teez Tabor, I think what he essentially is trying to say is he didn't want to throw his pick underneath the bus. And what he's going to do is he's going to weigh all the options, whether that be trade a mistake that he took, or whether that be have his position be changed. So I can see both of those options playing out. Now, he also talked about the development of Teez Tabor in terms of, you know, where he improved at, what he needs to improve. And I just think that at the end of the day, he certainly is going to have a chance to, he's certainly going to have a chance to address that position in the draft. But as far as I can see, man, Teez Tabor going to get every chance to stay on this team. At least this year he will.
Yeah, especially since he's such a young player still.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and then you got to keep in mind, I think he's out of position anyway. You know what I mean? Like, to me, Teez Tabor, if you think about it, when they drafted Glover Quinn in Houston, they tried him out at corner. And he didn't have the speed. He didn't have the ability to keep up with it. And then what they did is they moved him over to free safety. So in my opinion, I think they need to do the same thing with Teez Tabor, because he will come up and tackle.
And he did have a pretty great ball skills in college.
Absolutely. I mean, and one of the things about Teez Tabor that I love when they drafted him was his ability to tackle. You know what I mean? Was his ability to be able to stick his nose in there and make a play. I think what you're going to start to notice is under Matt Patricia, he's not going to just be tossing picks away. Everybody's going to have a chance. So what else you got for me, man?
I wanted to say that this is a really cool thing that you're doing, like with your fan base and stuff, giving them opportunity to kick it, and that's really all.
Man, I appreciate you calling in, man. And like I said, I'm gonna be doing this a little bit more often. I still work that 9 to 5, so I ain't gonna be able to do it as much as I would like, but I'm definitely gonna get this thing cracking so we can maybe you need somebody to call in to and vent to and just be upset about what they're doing, or maybe you're questioning what they're doing. But I still gonna do my film study, and I'm still gonna make it so that everyone has a chance to call in, at least be heard on the medium where they can have a fair conversation. So
for sure, keep doing your thing, dude.
Hey, appreciate it, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, there go our second call of the day. All right, come on now, the phone lines is opening up. This Q thing do not work like it's supposed to. Okay, and first, let me just go ahead and let everybody know for off rip that that call was a good call. So I want to give it up to him. You know what I'm saying? Because he made a very good point to address the Teez Tabor position. We've been so focused on draft and free agency, we ain't even talked about the other stuff. Now I see Lions fan 75 say if they do that, no Walker at free safety. No, not necessarily. You got to understand that the Lions run a multitude of packages, and so you're going to see players in and out. Okay, and what up though, Sag Nasty? Yeah, you're going to see a multitude of players in and out. And to me, when you start to look at the multitude of players that they're picking up and how they use them, everybody's going to get a chance to be on the field. The best players will be on the field more. So Walker is going to have to earn his keep. Absolutely. So phone lines is open. That phone number again is 248-294-0610. Phone lines is open. Okay. But John Henry said that no lie, that was so cool. I called in. Hey, that's what's up, man. And I'm also going to still keep an eye out on the chat. As you can tell, I am multitasking, taking the phone calls, keeping the topic going. Do you think Adderley fits our system? That's from 1991 Max Stag. You know what? The thing about Adderley is when you play at a small school, you don't know what you're really going to get, but I think he does have the range for what we want to do. So we got a phone call coming in. Let's take that. All right, let's see what we got going on. All right, so we got a phone call. Hey, welcome to Luke G's Field Review. What up, though?
What's up, man? It's Beast Mode.
Beast Mode, what up, though, bro? What you got for the show, man?
I was just wondering, who do you think is the best, what's the best option for the Lions at 8? Do you think they should trade back, or they should try and just stay there?
I think the best options is, in my opinion, I think the best options is trade back. That's my first option. But if they don't, the second best option is take TJ Hockenson. Now, I know a lot of Lions fans have been burned with the Eric Ebrons and the Pettigrews, but I can assure you that this player is totally different from them. Okay, you got to keep in mind that he played on the team with another dominating tight end and overshadowed him. Okay. And what stood out about him was his ability to not only run block, but his ability to pass block. So what you will see in the Detroit Lions is, according to Bob Quinn, is if a quarterback drops to him, i.e. Haskins, they're taking him. Haskins will not be dropping to him. If it's a tight end there that fits what they need, he does not believe there's a such thing as drafting a player too high or drafting a player too low. So those type of things you should expect to see. I know a lot of fans ain't going to agree with the idea of taking a tight end, but if the tight end is the right pick, how can you be upset with that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, he kind of reminds me a little bit of Kittle and Kelsey a little bit combined.
It's funny. It's funny you bring that up. It's funny you bring that up because those are perfect examples of what he can be. Now, if I know right now, Marcus Willis says, I think the Lions should pursue Zaire Smith in free agency in terms of talking about, picking up the free agent people. But just hypothetically, let's say the Lions do pursue Zaire Smith in free agency. That definitely opens up the window for a tight end or for that chance to trade down. Again, Bob Quinn talks in parables, but in a way, he's always telling you what he's going to do. So, I think the Kettle comparison is perfect. Okay, I love that comparisons, and I love the Travis Kelce comparisons because they both do something special, which is they block. And I believe Kettle came from Iowa, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah, he did.
Yeah, so and then I kind of did a little research and figured out that some of the best tight ends that came out has come from Iowa, strangely enough. So to me, if the Lions end up taking T.J. Hockenson, the Lions fans to be upset, give them at the game too. They'll be excited again. I can assure you of that. What else you got for us, man?
I've also heard a rumor that the Dolphins are like shopping Xavier Howard, the corner. Now, I was wondering what you think you would give up.
Now, I did see that, and I got to be honest with you. I think it's going to probably take somewhere between a second to third round pick. Now, I know that the Bengals are also shopping John Ross, and I'm not willing to give up more than a fifth for John Ross because of the injuries and the inconsistencies with the drops. But in terms of people like, say, Howard, yeah, I might be willing to give up a third for him at best. Second, that's a little too high. Not when I got cornerbacks I can pick up in the second round. I mean, what you think? Do you think they should go after him?
Yeah. I feel like if we trade back with them with picks and get Xavier Howard, then Green Bay would take him right in front of us. So we can't really do that. But yeah, our third round pick's the 28th pick, so I'd probably just give up the third since it's basically a fourth.
Now, see, I can get with that. I can get with that. I mean, that's not too far fetched, and you gotta keep in mind they do got multiple late picks that they can use to trade back up if they need to. So all in all, I think that's a pretty smart call. Now, there's some people in here who absolutely agree with you, such as Eric Whittaker. He said if Mr. Hockenson is anything like Kettle, you have to take him. And you got George Morgan who says Demetrius Harris was the backup in Kansas City. So, again, these are the things that we're looking at. And you got George Morgan who says Eric, he's a better blocker than Kettle. Oh, absolutely, hands down. That's why when I came out and I gave my three options, it was clear to me that tight end was it, especially if you just follow the pattern. The depth at DN, D tackle, it's just so much that I don't see them making that move at 8. You got anything else for us?
I was listening to the Pride podcast. Do you know what that is?
The Pride podcast. Oh, yeah. I know those guys. They did the interview with Glover Quinn recently.
Yeah. And they brought up a good point of the Cardinals defensive end, Chandler Jones.
Okay.
Maybe we gave up to that. I don't know.
I think that's a little bit too high for Chandler Jones. You know, you got to understand something. With our multiple front, they're going to ask us to do some things that is going to be that's going to be daunting on the linebackers, especially the rushing linebackers. Sometimes they're going to stunt, looking like they're rushing and drop back in the coverage. And Chandler Jones, to me, is not the kind of guy that you want dropping back in coverage, in my opinion. As long as he's rushing, he's great. But I don't think he's worth expending a third-round pick for. I mean, I don't even think they gave him a third-round pick to get him from the New England Patriots, to be honest with you. So I don't see us giving up more than what they gave up to get him.
Well, all right. Thank you.
All right, man. That's what's up, man. Hit me back up. We'll be back on live soon. All right, phone lines is open, ladies and gentlemen. And then I see we got Mike Cooper who says tight end at 8. Not a good decision. Let me just dispel something for you, ladies and gentlemen, why the tight end at 8 is absolutely a good decision and probably the best decision. If you look at this draft, and let's say hypothetically that that they decide to go with Devin White, and Devin White somehow, some way makes it to our team. What's the difference between Devin White and, say, our current linebacker, Jarrad Davis? Jarrad Davis is more of a pure linebacker than Devin White. And when I look at Devin White, he's still raw. So to me, I don't need no one I got to, make a project of. So that doesn't sound good. Then I go to the next position, D-line, whether it be D tackle, D-end, anything like that. When I go to those positions, I start to notice that in those positions, it's so deep. Why force it at 8? So now we go to the next position, wide receiver. Whatever wide receiver you want, whether it's Isabella, whether it's going to be Butler, they should be there in the second to third round. So now we can't take no wide receiver at 8. Okay. And then you go through and you say, well, what's the most logical pick you can make that comes in right now and give you a direct impact? It's tight end, especially a tight end who can pass block and run block. Okay. Now I got Marcus Willis who says tight end at 8. It's a great decision. I got Sag Nasty that says, "Not my phone rings." All right. And then I got George who says, front 7 is loaded this draft. Absolutely. I agree with that. Beast Mode, who just is on the line with us, he says, tight end at 8 if you can't trade back. Imagine getting someone that resembles Kettle or Kelsey combined. Hashtag facts. Now, Logic O'Sun says, Farrell. Here's the problem with taking Farrell at 8. Okay. If you're going to take Farrell at 8, in my opinion, then what you're really saying is this guy needs to come in and have an instant impact. But if you look at Farrell on that Clemson team with that D-line, there were some dogs on that D-line with him that made it very interesting for him to be able to get out there and get at him. Now, again, phone lines just opened up. The phone number again is 248-294-0610. So Mike Cooper says he's not Kelsey. All right, Mike, let's talk about it. And then he says Farrell is not fast enough. I started wondering, Mike, what's going on, man? I see you shooting down everything. Mike Cooper, let me know who would you take at 8. I'm interested in seeing who you would take at 8. Now, Anthony Burns said, why tight end not a good pick at 8? If he is clearly the best player available at a clear position of need, what's the problem? I don't get it. Hey, Anthony Burns, man, you and me both. I mean, if he fits the need that we have, and I asked everybody this simple question, can you please just tell me when was the last time we had a good tight end? Like, literally, when was the last time we had a good tight end that you felt good about that can pose a threat to the opposing team? Okay, because I haven't seen that. And as George Morgan states, Hockenson can do everything you would ask a tight end to do. So to me, that's really where I would be at with it. Now, I can put it like this, okay? You know what? Better yet, I can show you better than I can tell you. And I think the reason for me being able to show you is because I think it will help people understand better why there's a love for TJ Hockenson. Okay. And I think what people will start to realize is he's a very valuable option to have. So, you know, if that's the case, we gonna get it popping. But I'm gonna definitely show y'all why it makes more sense. Now we got a call coming in. Let's take this. What up, though? Welcome to Luke G's Field Review.
What's going on, brother? This Sag Nasty.
Sag Nasty, what it do, man? What's going on, bro?
Ain't nothing, man. Hey, I'm just calling to ask you, man, what, since we talking about the eighth position and tight ends and all that, which position do you think is more important, the tight end or offense period or the defensive edge?
Man, that's probably one of the best questions I had in a long time. The truth is this. I think both have an equal importance. But if we're talking about us being stuck at the 8th pick, the best option is the tight end. And the reason I say that is because it's set up for it to succeed. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. They went out and they brought in Darrell Bevell. And Darrell Bevell, everywhere he went, has shown that he has no problem committing to the run and making adjustments. They went out and they signed the Bengals' former running back coach, who has already coached up 2,000 or 3,000 yard rushers. Okay. Mm-hmm. The year prior, they took Frank Ragnow when I really wanted Sony Michel. They took Frank Ragnow, and I was really confused about the pick because I'm like he wouldn't have been in the second round, and I guess they got wind that the Bengals was going to select them with the very next pick. But when I watched all the moves that they made, they're setting everything up for the run, okay? And if you're setting everything up for the run, one of the biggest assets you can have is a tight end that blocks. Now, what makes TJ Hockenson special is not only does he block, but he pass blocks. He's good at it. And not only does he pass block, he catches in traffic. He runs routes. He's a complete package in terms of a tight end. So for me, if the fear is, he can end up being another Eric Ebron, then there's really no reason for us to even be a part of the draft. I mean, we drafted how many receivers before we got Calvin Johnson? 3, 4. So to me, it's that tight end if you're stuck at 8. But you tell me what you're thinking.
Me personally, I think I like. I'm entertaining the TJ Hockenson at 8, but at the same time, we need more explosive plays on the defensive end. We got to be able to get the offense the ball and get them shorter field, and we need somebody who can hold on to the edge and get them young.
I do agree. I do agree with that. But let me ask you this: you watch football. You watch the New England Patriots, right?
Yeah.
All right. So when you watch the New England Patriots, who get all the pressure on the quarterback? Is it the linebackers or the D-line?
It's the linebacker.
Okay. So if our defense is mimicking what the New England Patriots defense is doing, why are we so concerned with the pass with the DM versus the pass rushing linebacker?
Well, I understand your theory, but at the same time, I feel like a player like Farrell or Burns who has the upside. I feel that they will be able to be able to hold those gaps and still be able to have the technique and the skill enough to still be able to get to the passes. And then if we went to, let's say we took TJ Hockenson, the drop off on defensive players is gonna be rapid. So
okay.
turning back to that in the later rounds, you know, you kind of gonna have a little drop off. I ain't saying, you know, I'm not saying significantly, but you still passing up more so of a star on the defensive side.
Well, let me ask you this: Do you think there's more depth at tight end in this draft or at D line?
I think it's more at defensive line, but I also think that you can still get a significant a tight end later too. Like you got players like Wallen, Gentry, who, you know, all of those guys still need work. Yeah, you got T.J. Hockenson who can step right in, but you still also got players who has that potential too. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, okay. See, and all I'm doing is playing devil's advocate. For me, if the answer is there's more depth at the D line, and I know that the D line in our defense doesn't really generate the pressure that we would think that they would generate, I know for a fact that at that point I have to take what gives you the best option. Now let me be a little bit more evil with this. What if TJ Hockenson gets selected 2 picks later to the Green Bay Packers with Aaron Rodgers, and he lights us up every game, but we got Colin Farrell who can't do anything to affect that? How would you feel at that point?
I mean, hypothetically speaking, then yeah, I would be mad about it. Like saying we should have took him, but you know that's hindsight. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And hindsight is true. But the thing that I wanted to point out to you was when you look at the people who are already got an eye on Hockenson, it ain't just Green Bay. You know, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I went through and looked at a number of teams who was like, hey, I need a tight end, and he's the one if he gets to me. Green Bay is just the team I don't want him to go to.
Yeah, me too.
Because that's the team that scares me if they get him. When Green Bay was most successful, they had a tight end who can do some things with a nice receiving core. So, you know, I get what you're saying. I'm not knocking what you're saying. I'm not really disagreeing. I'm just trying to, you know, put some more context to what's going on here. If you have a chance to get a tight end that's plug and play, and the goal, in my opinion, for the first round draft pick is to be coming in and have instant impact and start with significant playing time, why not take him? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
okay. Like we could take the DN, but if the DN is taking it that first pick, when are you trying to select the tight end?
Yeah, and then that was going to be my question. So let's say, what if we took a linebacker then in the first round? You know, whether we stay at 8 or if we move back. You know, how does that affect where we draft other positions at in the next round?
The thing about the linebacker,
linebackers are more, since linebackers are more important as far as getting to the quarterback on our defense.
Now here's the thing: there's a few linebackers I do like in this draft. Okay, one of them I hope everybody ignore him, which is Khalil Hodge. I hope nobody sees him. Okay, and we can get him dirt cheap and plug him in and get playing from him. But the other part of it is what linebacker are we taking at 8? You see what I'm saying? Who are we taking at 8? If we're taking White, who still needs to work on a number of things, would you be okay with that?
Yeah, he still got things to work on, but I still think that he can help us in pass coverage also. I think he can get after the quarterback and help us in pass coverage. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not necessarily saying take him at 8. That's why I said, is or even trade back. Even though I think trading back is our best scenario.
Absolutely. In my
opinion,
that's what I want them to do. I want them to trade that pick based on what he said. He's going to actively try to get back, and if he trade back, then everything is open. DN, linebacker, free safety. I don't really care if he trades back and he gets more draft picks. Everything is open. But if he's stuck at 8, TJ Hockenson has to be the pick.
All right, so check this out. Let's say we draft. I mean, we trade back, right?
Right.
Who are we trading? You know, me looking at it, who are we trading back with? And then it will be after the Packers anyway. You know how I'm looking at it. So,
True. But see,
TJ Hockenson takes. I mean, you know, the Packers take TJ Hockenson, then we still in the same, scenario.
True, but see, here's the difference. You can forego giving up a player like TJ Hockenson if you're trading back and you pick up, say, 2 first-round picks and maybe a second. See, the value to move up from, say, 20 to 8 is going to get you a nice little bounty. So if you're telling me that, okay, I passed on the potential of having TJ Hockenson to end up having more options and more chances to get this thing right, I'm okay with that. And then at that point, if we take a DN or D tackle, I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? It's nothing that I can look at and feel like I'm uncomfortable with it at that point. At that point, if we trade back somehow, and let's say we trade back to where the Dolphins is picking, right? Or we trade back to where the Redskins is picking, and we pick up some extra seconds, I don't really care because I know I can get me a linebacker, I can get me 2 DNs to rush off the edge, I can get me a safety. I got options. But if I'm stuck at 8, the only logical pick is the tight end. Nobody else we bring in is going to have that impact. And I do understand what you're saying in terms of saying, yeah, but then wouldn't that still mean he would end up going to Green Bay? Yeah, it would. And hopefully we draft somebody to neutralize that. Hopefully. So I totally get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? I am not blind to that fact, but I'm also I'm also not confused about the options that we have. More picks means more opportunities to get it right. But whoever they take in that first round need to be on the field. I mean, you would agree with that, right?
Say that one more time.
Whoever they take in the first round need to be on the field, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So if they're not on the field, I don't really want them. So I mean, but you got anything else?
Well, yeah. Me personally, man, I trust Bob Quinn, man. I trust
support. I support that.
I trust how he scouts players. I trust on everything that he does. You know, it kind of gets under my skin a little bit when everybody always brings up the old regime and, you know, we did this and we did that and all this and that. But, you know, all that stuff is out the window. Them people who, you know, we had trouble developing players, that's out the window. You know what I'm saying? So now, like, it's like whatever he does do, I'm cool with it because, you know, look how he reached for Frank Ragnow. All of us was like, who the hell is that? But, you know, Frank Ragnow came in, plug and play, and he did just fine for
absolutely,
for a rookie.
And you know the best thing I love about what you said is this, and I don't think most people realize this. Under Quinn, the people he's drafted has been on the field.
Yeah,
you know, and the previous GM they weren't even making the team. They weren't even getting on the field. Now I see that Marcus Willis says if Quentin Williams somehow dropped to 8, all bets is off. If that happens, fine, because now that means that somebody ain't finna be getting in too often. Okay, yeah. But even still, even if Quentin Williams did fall, I just feel like there with the amount of depth that you can get, and I know Quentin Williams is a monster. I'm tired of seeing us score 20 points or less.
Yeah,
I'm tired of not knowing who our tight end is. Yeah. And I'm tired of linebackers not respecting us not having a tight end. So what up, though, Jay White? I see you out here. Mike Cooper, what up, though? I'm just giving my quick shout outs. Bruce Holmes, what up, though? You know, to me, I think you bring up some very good points. That's, you know, it's not even debatable. It's not even worth arguing. But I also understand that, at the end of the day, you know, it's about getting the most accurate pick for what you're trying to do. And if the goal is to score more points, I got enough depth between free agency and draft to fix my defense. That's just my view, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks for the call, man.
All right, brother.
All right, stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. We ain't done.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Phone line should be open, man. I'm trying this little new Q thing out, but this thing is dropping calls and not letting people in. So I don't know how this thing is working. This is new for me. I appreciate those ones who are listening. That phone number again is 248-294-0610. We got a 507. 507. What up, though?
What up?
What up, though? Who this?
This is John.
John, you called back, huh?
Yeah.
What happened, John?
I came up with some extra stuff.
Okay, I'm listening. What's up?
I was a little nervous earlier.
No, you are good.
One of the things we were talking about with your last caller is how he trusts Bob Quinn.
Support.
And I totally agree, because all you have to look at is Deshaun Hand coming out of Alabama. He looked as a disappointment because he was so highly rated coming out of high school.
Correct.
And he didn't perform as well in college. And
Correct.
now he was one of the highest graded players in the PPF for them. So that was one of the points I just wanted to add on to what he had just said. And when you guys were talking about Green Bay and how they might take TJ Hawkinson if we trade back,
right?
I don't necessarily agree with that, because I think that they might take the other tight end from Iowa.
He's about
Fant, because he's more of like a receiving tight end, and I feel like they would, like that a little bit better, because he probably is going to be faster than TJ Hawkinson and stuff like that.
Well, I could tell you this. I do not think Fent would be faster than Hawkinson. I don't think so. I wouldn't be surprised if he was, but I don't think so. And I think when you look at Green Bay, they're trying to get back to what they were doing when they was winning, which is running the ball. You know, when they had the Ahmad Greens and Eddie Lacy wasn't eating his way up out of a starting spot, they was doing really well with running the ball. So I think they're trying to get back to running the ball as well. And Fent is he's not a slouch. I'm not gonna act like he's a slouch, but I think he don't pose the same abilities as Hawkinson. Like, he's not that good in pass block, or he's at least not as good. He's not as good as Hawkinson. Now, let's just say hypothetically that did happen, and let's say the Lions traded back, got extra picks, and still got TJ Hawkinson. You know, I probably would have tears of joy in my eye, because I think this guy is that big of a deal. So I can't argue with you in terms of the idea that they may go Fent, but I've been stalking their media feeds, and a lot of their media feeds is talking about Hawkinson. You know.
Okay, I can totally see that, but that's just what I thought. One of my other questions was that I was reading on the Detroit Lions website that if the Giants were to let Landon Collins go to free agency, which I doubt they will, that they were going to pursue him aggressively.
Oh, that's cool. They can definitely pursue him, but he's already made it clear that he wants out of there. He's sick of them. He's made that very clear. You know.
Yeah. So.
You know, to me, if you're telling me, this is the thing, if you're telling me that you're going to go after Landon Collins, great. Now, Landon Collins is going to be a starter. And to me, I don't like the idea of moving Quandre Diggs back to nickel corner, because I think he does better at safety. So, so now you figure what that mean for Walker. I'm sorry?
That's true.
Yeah.
But Landon Collins can also, he's like a big bodied safety, so he can come down into the box and play like that linebacker role.
And that's what I love about him. That's what I love about him. Now I do like what Marcus Willis is saying. He says we act like if the Lions draft a tight end in the first, we are not going to address the defense. We have 9 draft picks, people. Hashtag facts, Marcus. Hashtag facts. Now, Jay White says Quentin Williams might be the best player in this draft. I don't see him falling to us at 8. I just don't. But to me, although I do like Quentin Williams, the I need somebody that's like Ndamukong Suh or Aaron Donald. I need somebody who draws a double team and can beat it. And he is one of those guys. So I wouldn't be mad if that happened, but I don't like going too much into those hypotheticals because it's not a guarantee that he's going to fall that far. So, I just don't see that. Bruce Holmes says he believes Diggs is better at strong safety. So, you have some people who also believe that he's better at strong safety. So if in free agency,
do they believe he's better than Landon Collins though?
Well, see, here's the thing. If you get Landon Collins, it would be Landon Collins and Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
So now the question becomes, what package you put Walker in? You know what I mean?
Well, Walker also played some corner in college, so he could play that nickel role.
That is true. That is true. You got anything else for us?
Yeah, I had one last question.
Okay.
If we do pick up Landon Collins, that will be the third Giants player that we've picked up, especially on their defense. So I was wondering why have we picked up so many Giants players recently?
They just happen to fit the scheme. It's sort of like if you got a pipe with a hole in it, you can easily go grab some Flex Seal to try to slow the water down. But it might be better for you to actually replace the pipe or get a plumber. And I think what's happening is a lot of those Giants players just fit the scheme. We need somebody to stop the run. Snacks Harris stops the run. So, and plus you got to also understand that they're identifying people who fix the problems that they have. If the problem is pass coverage, they're going at the cornerbacks. If the problem is we can't stop the run, they're getting run stoppers. And I think that's what you're seeing.
Okay.
All right, man. All right. I appreciate the call back, man. Listen, this is open, man. This is a day of joy and freedom. So we just gonna have fun with it, man.
All right,
sir.
Sounds good to me.
Yep.
All right, later.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, phone lines are open. That phone number is 248-294-0610. Again, that's 248-294-0610. And just so you know, we are going to do this again tomorrow when we do the round table. So you'll be able to talk to not only me, but you'll be able to talk to the gentleman at the round table, the TA Noble Sports and Derek P. Fields, and get some other opinions about this. Now, let me go through the chat and knock out some things. So it says, let me go back up. So I asked a question to Mr. Cooper, and I wanted to know who would he take at 8. And he states, if it's him, he's taking people like Devin White. Excuse me, my apologies. He's taking Devin White, DeAndre Baker, or Ed Oliver. Now, Ed Oliver, in my opinion, won't cut it for 2 reasons. The Detroit Lions have already claimed that they want nice people, and Ed Oliver tried to choke out his coach on the sideline. I don't think that's going to sit too well with the Detroit Lions. On top of that, they just suspended 2 D linemen from the Dallas Cowboys. So the Detroit Lions don't want anybody who's not going to be able to be on the field. In terms of Devin White, if they took Devin White at 8, would I be upset? No. But would I look at that pick and go, could we have got a better option? Yes, Khalil Hodge. Now, DeAndre Baker's a player I do like, but here's the problem with the cornerback. Cornerbacks have a higher learning curve. And if you don't believe me, just look at Darius Slay. People act like he just came in and shut it down. That's not what happened, ladies and gentlemen. He had to build up to that. So it's one of them things where if you're going to draft a corner, he needs to be able to be somebody who's a shutdown corner and come in and assist immediately. And I don't see any cornerback in this draft who's going to come in and do shutting everything down, because they're going to still have a steep learning curve. These receivers in the NFL are very clever at route running, and they're going to do some things that these cornerbacks have never seen. Now, we got Bruce Holmes saying Giants play their bigger names, so they like guys fall to the side. Plus, it's a new coach, and they're getting his guys there. True. Marcus Willis says, how come we're not talking about HaHa Clayton Dix joking Detroit? Oh, yeah. I'm glad you joking, Marcus. I was going to say, yeah, we got to stay away from HaHa. Don't bring him here. Lions fan 75 says I like Bugs from Bama. Absolutely. And this is why I don't think that D line is that big of a need for the Detroit Lions, especially when you can get people like Bugs and Jamal Davis and Ben Bangagoo. You have so many other options that you don't have to reach or try to get the name at 8. We're only talking about if they're stuck at the 8th pick. Jay White says with Matty P's system, we need 3 safeties. Yeah, if I said certain packages allow for that. No doubt with that one. George Morgan says Zach Allen in the 2nd round. I do believe Zach Allen is going to be a target, being that he has been a part of a team with our current defensive coordinator. So I can certainly see that happening. Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, let me know if the music is too loud. I'm just trying to do something new and play around with it, but let me know if that music is too loud. Bruce Holmes says White is a late 1st rounder, in my opinion. I agree. He has some things he seriously got to work on, and he seriously got to address, because I don't have time to be taking 1st round picks and praying to God that we can develop them. The Lions organization as a whole has not shown me anything to make me suggest, or for them to suggest to me that they're going to develop the talent. Now, things have been different under Quinn, but that's a whole nother story. Let me see. We got let's see what else we got up in here. I'm trying to get through all these comments. Again, phone lines are now opening up. I do apologize. This new system is new for me. And is letting in some calls and not letting in some calls. So they're coming in faster than I thought. Let's see what we got up there. Beast Mode says, I have 2 more topics to talk about. He says, if you want me, I'll call back. All right, let's see what's going on. What up, though? This is Luke G's Field Review. Who this?
It's Beast Mode again.
Hey, what up, though, man? It's all good. What's up? You said you had 2 more topics you want to talk about.
Yeah, you guys are talking about linebackers, and I really think we can try and wait on Hodge, because I don't really like Devin White. And that there's this one out in New Mexico State named Terrell Hanks.
Oh, man, don't even get me started on Terrell Hanks, man. And I'm going to tell you what makes Terrell Hanks so special, man. If you watch Terrell Hanks closely, he looks a lot like Von Miller, especially if you use him as a Russian linebacker. And in New Mexico, they didn't utilize him right. They had him playing middle, outside, and he did okay. He was okay in coverage, but his best work came on the rush. So I love me some Terrell Hanks. Him and Hodge.
Also, if we're looking for a safety and we don't get Collins, or we don't think Tracy's it, his name's Malik Gant. I think he went to Marshall. He could be 5th or 7th round pick.
Well, I'm not familiar with Gant, but I'm definitely writing his name down so I can go watch some film on him, because I'm not familiar with him. And I didn't even realize that. I didn't even realize that there was a safety from Marshall, to be honest with you. So that's good stuff to give me something to go look at. Now, I see Sag Nads say he don't hear the music. Perfect. Can you hear the music now? And Sag Nads also says, Hanks is cool. I like Jermaine Pratt, but what about your boy from Notre Dame, Coney? Like I said, Coney, as long as he's in between the hash marks, he's great. Once they get outside the hash marks, you on your own, people. I mean, he's not going to get it done. Lions fan 75 says, what do I think about Deontay Thompson? I think he overrated. I don't understand.
Them in the national.
Yeah, I don't. It wasn't just that game. I saw other games where I'm like, where was he? You should not be disappearing in games. So
he was inconsistent.
Yeah, man. Deontay Thompson, man. I would be mad if we took him. You know, because to me, he was supposed to be touted as this big, hard-hitting safety. I don't see that, man. I don't see it at all. And it's unfortunate because, you know, with the height that he has, it seems like he's a little bit slower than I would like, but he don't even compare to Jarwin, who went to the San Diego Chargers from Florida State. So in my opinion, I think he's overrated.
Yeah, I think people were just thinking because he went to Alabama, he might be good, and maybe the next Landon Collins or something like that. But he really wasn't that good.
No, to me, I don't see it. You say you had another topic for me. What else you got for me?
Yeah. So you don't think that it's a good option to take Farrell at 8?
Not with the depth that they have in this draft for D lineman. No, because here's the question. If you go through the Detroit Lions defensive front right now, name their starting defensive line. Just if you can remember, name the starting defensive line. If it were to start right now, or you were to go back and look at last season, you know, they had a core out there, and he wasn't necessarily a starter, but he started getting more playing time. He's a free agent, so you might figure where he's going. Okay, fine. But they brought in Snacks Harris. They still got Ashawn Robertson. They still got Hand. So now the question becomes, okay, if you got Hand, Okor, if you got Hand, Snacks, and Ashawn, and you bring this guy in, and we're playing a hybrid 3-4, I mean, what is Farrell going to bring that we wasn't getting from, say, a Romeo Okor, or that we can't get from, say, a free agent DN?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You know,
and also, say somebody really likes Hawkinson, and they're just like, oh, we got to get ahead of the line because they're going to take him. And we get like Trey Flowers or an edge rusher in free agency. Who would you take at 8 then?
If we have addressed the edge rusher in free agency and somebody jumps ahead of us and take TJ Hawkinson, then the next best option then becomes linebacker if we're stuck at 8. Keep in mind, it goes Trey first, tight end, then linebacker. Because then at that point, then I would be okay if we took a Devin White, because you're still going to try to get the talent. Even though I know Devin White's going to come with some growing pains. He's going to overrun some plays. He's going to miss. He has one of the most poor tackling techniques I've seen in a long time. You know, he hits you high, and that's why when you watch any of his films or his highlights, he's not hitting you back. You know, so that to me tells me where his strength is at and his tackling technique. He needs to be able to hit somebody and stop them dead in their track. I can't go another season and watch people no longer do their job and hit this guy like they're supposed to. You know.
Yeah, like you were saying, his tackling technique, it kind of looks like butter on his hands when he goes to tackle.
Now, Jay White says, no Trey Flowers, please. I agree with him. I mean, what has Trey Flowers really done to warrant what they're going to want him to get paid? And Izzy Sincere says, sounds like Devin White could be the Jared Davis 2.0. Don't need that. I mean, again, the guy it's just that he tackles high. If you watch my film study of Devin White, and you watch my film study of Khalil Hodge, and you look at how both of those guys tackle, you will see a huge night and day example of what a real linebacker looks like in Khalil Hodge and a guy who's still learning the position. Also, another thing with Devin White that kind of bothers me is he doesn't operate on instincts. He operates off a reaction. And that's why when you watch people like Khalil Hodge, he's going in a different route. Now, I see Marcus Willis is saying, what about Devin Bush? He believes Devin Bush is better. If Devin Bush was taller, he would be the consensus number one linebacker for most people. But his height is what scares people off with him. Somebody says they say he's some crazy. They say he's some. Oh, okay. Jay White is saying they say he's some crazy pass rusher, i.e., Trey Flowers. He has 7.5 sacks. I mean, I'm not trying to pay a person to do that. Morgan says, what about Shaquille Barrett couldn't get on the field? Should be cheap. Yeah, but if he couldn't get on the field for them, and that's been an issue for him, I'm wondering how cheap is you going to get him, and are we just going to be paying the guy to not get on the field again? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
So those are definitely things that I definitely want to look at. Now, I see Marcus Willis says the safety from Washington is better than Deontay Thompson. He's talking about Taylor Rapp. Yeah, Taylor Rapp to me reminds me of Trey Polamalu in terms of ball skills. So I can't do that. Now, I'm just trying to make sure I address some of these things. He's tiny. Trey Lamar might be in the conversation. Okay. What else you got for me, man?
I think that's it.
Hey, listen, like I said, man, this is just the first show. It's just open thing. Any topics y'all got, I'm gonna address it. Going forward, I have more structure with topics and things like that. But for now, we're just gonna have fun with it, man.
Yep, sounds good.
All right, man, appreciate it.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I missed the call. It came up in the queue, but they dropping out. I don't know why that's happening. But the phone lines are open, 248-294-0610. And again, please let me know if y'all can hear the music or not. I don't want it to be too loud, but yet still be heard. So just let me know. All right. So, I'm seeing some comments in here that I'm loving. Like, okay, I see we got, where do you think we draft a skill player, and what receiver do you think we could get later? I think we take our skill player in rounds 2 or 3, and that's going to be contingent upon who is taken at that position, but more likely at 3. And so the receiver that I can see that we can get late, in my opinion, would be somebody like Denzel Mims, or maybe Hearns, who's also in that same arena of big receivers. I could even see them taking a flyer if they could and trade up back into the second round and go at somebody like, say, a Hakeem Butler or JJ Arcega-Whitehill. So I can see any of those options in that range. Somebody says, so if we draft Hawk first, should we go defense in the second? Oh, so Lions fan 75 says, so if we draft Hawks first, should we go D in the second? Yes, because at that point, if you want to take a corner like Julian Love, he'll be there. Okay, I think Love would be there, and I think Chauncey Garton would be there. So I think yes, and if you don't want that and you want to go D line, you're going to have your pick of the platter. Can we talk about other picks after first? In my opinion, we can definitely do that. But in my opinion, with the second round, there are certain names that I hope fall to the Detroit Lions. And since how I want Hawk in the first, I'm hoping that people like Hodge is there, or if Hodge is not there, Julian Love. If Julian Love is not there, I'm probably going to botch his name, but Penn State cornerback or Warray. Now I see Lions fans depends on free agency, and I think that's spot on. Jay White says it depends on the free agency too, but I think that's absolutely the case. Okay, good. That's what I wanted to do. I want the music to kind of be faint. I don't want it to be too loud. I appreciate that. Oh, you talking about Sneal. Jay White says he likes the big running back from Kentucky. So he's talking about Sneal. Here's my problem with Sneal. Okay. My problem with Sneal is he is a big back. But I find that sometimes he likes to dance in the backfield, and that irritates my life to no end. I can't stand when the back is dancing in the backfield. Just run. Okay? Just run and do your job. Now, Beast Mode says Ozigbo. Ozigbo is the back that I absolutely think the Detroit Lions should take because he is an exact replica of Kerryon Johnson. the ability to cut and get in and out his cuts, those things are all exact replicas of Kerryon Johnson. So to me, I would love if we end up getting that guy. That's just me. Okay. Penny Hart is a good option for the later rounds. Penny Hart, what school is that, Beast Mode? Now, Beast Mode also bring up Bryce Love. Bryce Love would be a good option. Justin Hill, I don't think Justin Hill will make it to us. Miles Sanders, I don't know if he'll make it there neither. Sag Nagy said we need a player like Kerryon just with top. To me, Ozigbo is that guy. But let me do something. I want to try to do something because I want to be able to address something before we get up off this thing, okay? And that is this tight end thing. I want to put this whole thing to bed because I want people to be able to understand that it's not as bad as they making it. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen so we can see what's popping. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this nice and big. And we're going to have a moment to have a live film section. Okay. And so let's start off with the first play. All right. As you can see, this is Mr. TJ Hockenson. Okay. And I want you to watch how he does this block. Now, look where this man is at. All right. If you're worried about him, keep your eyes right here. Okay. I want you to pay close attention because this is what you're getting. Now, they highlighted him. Y'all got problems with that? Okay, here we go. Now, this whole entire highlight is just him blocking. And the reason for this is it's too easy to show y'all the passing part of it because y'all not going to believe it. But if I show you what he brings to the table and why I believe he is who he is, this will help y'all feel better about it. So look, here we go. Did y'all see him put that dude on the ground? Okay. Running back gets a nice run because he cleared it. Okay. Now, if you still don't believe it, here's a different angle. Look at number 38. Yep. That's what he do. That's what he do. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Y'all still got problems? Y'all still don't believe, huh? I mean, just look at this. You're not going to see one time with him on his back. He don't get put on his back like these other tight ends. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Y'all got to be kidding me. Y'all don't want that? Y'all don't want that? I mean, you talking about being able to run the ball. You talking about being able to pass the ball. This guy is what you want. He has bad intentions when he gets you. Look at this. He took that guy 5 yards out. What's the problem here, people? Could you imagine that running back being Kerryon Johnson right now? Right here. Look at this. I just want y'all to see it because I know seeing is believing for most of y'all. Look at this. Now, that right there could be a hold. I'm okay with that. But that's not a regularly occurring thing. Okay? But let's just take a look. Is it just me? Is it just me or y'all still not believing it yet? This is just all him blocking. That's him in the pass game. This is what teams are enticed with. Okay? Look at this. These linebackers ain't got no chance. Look at this. You still don't want to believe it. Okay, here. I'll come up out of this. Okay? Because some of us don't really understand what it means to have a player who can come in and do some damage. Let's say I were to go and search and decided to go and look at, say, this is his regular catcher. Right? We're just going to go with catcher. Because when I watch the film, you can make so much of what this guy does. But to show you some of the stuff that he does, we can go to a play like this. And this is just me showing you some of the highlights of things that he brings to the table, okay? And why I like this player. Now, I do hate sometimes that this system can be a little bit slow. And I think it's because I got a lot going on this thing, but who knows? Nonetheless, it's taking a little bit longer than I like. So we'll go back here until then. Let's get this thing popping right here. Now, I want y'all to understand something, okay, people? That when you're looking at a player and his potential, you're looking at him to see what he's going to bring to the table for your team. So if you look right here, okay, how he comes off, notice that he's always got his hands inside. Notice that the person who he got goes for a ride and the play is over. I want y'all to just watch how he still walked him out the club. Look at this right here. All right. Now, this is going to be the last thing I'm going to show you because, like I say, I always want y'all to do your own research. But look at this cut block. Do y'all remember when I showed y'all footage of Mr. Conrad trying to do a chop block on Georgia? And the linebacker didn't know he was there? That's what you're getting, people. That's what you're going to get out of TJ Hockenson. Okay? That is what you do. Okay? So let me read some of these comments. Okay. She get the running back from Memphis. The running back from Memphis, I like him, but you know, he's got straight line speed. What up though, TA? Right, we got Roddy Anderson. Okay, let me see. What up though, Jay White? Preach. I mean, look, George, I'm trying to show him, man. I'm trying to show him. I don't know why they don't want to believe it. I don't know why they don't want to believe it. But this man is escorting people out the club. Now, if you want to call in and talk, that phone number is 248-294-0610. Again, that's 248-294-0610. Because we getting close to me getting ready to shut it down so we can, you know, definitely pick this back up for tomorrow. But I just wanted to show people that because y'all just don't understand that this guy is a beast. Now, I see somebody who says they just said Kansas City is shopping Justin Houston. Here's my question. What is Justin Houston going to cost us? You know, and yes, Anderson is the running back from Oklahoma. Sag Nasty. Noble, what up, though? Let's see. George Morgan says TJ Hockenson is a corn-fed Suge Knight. I don't think I could have said it any better, man. I don't. I just wanted to be able to show people that they need to not get so caught up in it. So it says multiple Instagram pages have said that the Lions are quietly shopping Theo Riddick and Teez Tabor. All right, I'm not on Instagram, but I can tell you this much. If they are shopping Theo Riddick, amen. And if they're shopping Teez Tabor, so be it. Noble from Noble Sports from TA says he like Ronnie Anderson. That's what's up. I mean, I like him too. I think Ronnie Anderson is going to act the fool at the combine. I don't know why. I just got a feeling about it. George Morgan says, what about John Ross? Here's what I think about John Ross. If we can give up a 5th round pick and get him, great. If he requires more than a 5th, let him stay where he's at because he has had some injury issues. He has had some issues with drops and losing focus. And I'm sure he can fix those things. But again, I don't know. I wouldn't give up more than a 5th round pick for John Ross, in my opinion. Beast Mo said Houston is about $11 million in cap space, so no. Yeah, see, no, ain't no way in the world. he gonna want to earn the leg. And like Lions fan 75 said, he on the wrong side of 30. Yeah, I know, Sack Nasty. That corn-fed Suge Knight, man. Let's see. Are the Lions looking to move Marvin Jones? I think that was a rumor. I think Marvin Jones was up for trade if they was given the right situation. Like, say if they had a chance to get a player like, say, Antonio Brown last year, and they was willing to move on from Marvin Jones, then yeah, they would have moved on from him. But I don't think that Marvin Jones was really up for trade. I think they was just basically saying, hey, if we have to add him in the package, we was willing to do it. Let's see what else we got here. We got the Bengals VP of player personnel has said that Ross is not getting traded, but I don't know why, because Andy Dalton got a water pistol of an arm. I can show you a play where Andy Dalton threw a perfect pass to John Ross and he dropped it. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times. Perfect passes. And he dropped them. So, you know, I can see that happening all day. Let's see what else we got going on. We got Go Lions. What up, though? Again, the phone lines are open, ladies and gentlemen. 248-294-0610. So let's switch gears a little bit, okay? And I think the reason that I want to switch gears is I want to address something that somebody said to me. And what they said was, it was a friend of mine who said that he believes that quarterbacks should be measured by team success. And so my response to him was, how do you measure it? And he said, team success is going to the playoffs and winning divisions. And so I said, okay, if that's what makes team success, then the Detroit Lions quarterback meets that standard. And he told me, no, that's not true. So I said, well, let's test it out. And I did some research. And when I did the research, I asked a simple question. The first 10 years before Stafford came, what was the Detroit Lions record? That record was 48 wins and 112 losses. And the 10 years that Stafford has been here, mind you, he was hurt the first season, okay? Only played 3 games. He got hurt again the second season, only played 10 games, okay? In that time span, okay, his record is 66-75. And when I'm sorry, not his, but the Detroit Lions record is 66-75 in those 10 years. That means that they got 18 more wins with Stafford at quarterback and 37 fewer losses. So my question to you guys is, do you believe that individual quarterback success equals team success? The phone lines is 248-294-0610. Holler at me, let me know, or put it in the chat. You know, so, you know, I'm just trying to do it. So, King DV8, what would Deshaun Jackson cost us? Honestly, at this point, probably about a 6th-round draft pick. Honestly. But I think it's just a matter of his contract. They pay him pretty well, but again, he's older, so I don't know if I would want to take a chance on somebody that old. So that's just me. I could be wrong. We got Beast Mode say, "Hey y'all, good night, man. We finna shut it down." And I love to hear people doing something good with their life. They gotta get up for school. So anyone still want TJ to fall to the Green Bay Packers with the rumors that they might trade their pick for Antonio Brown? Could you imagine that, George Morgan? Could you imagine if they picked up TJ Hockenson and Antonio Brown? Lion fans that have a conniption. You know, Noble Sports says he just watched Bob Quinn and he said he believes in Teez Tabor. I got a request to do a breakdown of that particular interview, and I'm going to honor that interview and do just that. So, yes, that video will be coming soon. Would you take a flyer on JJ Nelson? No. I think the reason why I would pass on JJ Nelson is because it's not going to bring anything new to the team. You got Galladay, who is a very good receiver. You got Jones, who's a very good receiver. So what are you going to do with JJ Nelson? Just saying. So, in my opinion, no, I don't see us taking a flyer on JJ Nelson. I think he's on the wrong side of prime as well. Let me see what other comments we got, because we're gonna get ready to wrap this up, man. I just want to make sure I hit on everybody's topics if I can. Let's see. Now I am gonna do more live film sessions because I want people to be able to see the things that I see. Hold on, what is this one right here? Did I miss this one? Okay, I'm good. I didn't miss that one. All right, so we got some other comments that jump out to me, like this one. Okay. Marcus Willis says Charles Mawu from Texas would be a great option at DN that we can draft in the second round. I don't think he's worth a second round pick. I don't believe he should be a second round pick. But if he go to the combine and you tell me he throw that 225 up a lot of times, then you got my vote. I feel like he lacked a little strength, in my opinion. You know, I can show you games where tight ends gave him the curb treatment, you know, or as George Morgan said, the corn-fed Suge Knight treatment. So, you know, I don't know if I want to, be in that range. But that's it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to thank everybody for being a part of the live show, and those who called in. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And you know, I just want to give y'all y'all dues because that's huge. That's huge. But again, we're going to do the round table tomorrow. We'll be taking y'all live phone calls at that time. I'll put the number out there again, and we'll be talking about different things. Now, I think what we're going to do is something that was requested of me. I'll leave it for tomorrow. But if I was y'all, I would definitely tune in. Now, I do see there's a few questions. I'll hit on those. How about Cole Beasley? I think Cole Beasley fits what we're doing. And then I see that George Morgan says Adrian Phillips from the Chargers, a free agent. Yeah, I mean, he would be cheap, but I don't think he's no different than what you're going to get out of Walker. And it says, do a film study on Isaiah Buggs. Okay, I'll put him in the queue, Lions fan. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a pleasure. Just remember, don't be no chump. And please do your research. I am not the authority. That's it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.